Hello everybody, the name is Dem here, and before this video started, I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of my amazing and supportive viewers commenting and liking the videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't thank you enough. Anyways, let's move on to the video. When you think of the most controversial topics in the Warriors fandom, what does your mind go to? Well, at first, mine went to whether or not Firestar was a good character or not, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. In this video, I will be revealing that whether you think Dovewing'S eye color is blue, green, or golden, that you are correct. So, as I took a step back and sat down in my chair of unbiasedness, I realized that the reason for the confusion in the first place was rather obvious. The editing team just didn't communicate with each other enough. That's really simple to see. But instead of looking at the terrible editing process of these books, like most other people do, I will be stepping into the Warriors universe and explaining this with science. So, while analyzing something like eye color, the first thing to do is to look at ancestry and genetics. I went ahead and made this little family tree with Dovewing'S parents and grandparents and their eye color. Firstly, we have Whitewing, who is described with green eyes. Secondly, we have her father, Birchfall, who is described with amber eyes. So far, we have two possibilities, amber and green. Next up is Birchfall's parents. His mother, Ferncloud, is described with green eyes. Okay, so far not blue, but we're only halfway through the family tree. Birchfall's father, Dustpelt, is described with amber eyes. Therefore, this side of the family has no likely inheritors of the infamous blue eye gene. But we still have another branch of the tree to look at. Whitewing's mother, Brightheart, is described with amber eyes. I was beginning to lose hope at this point that we would ever find a cat with blue eyes on the tree. But wait, Whitewing's father is Cloudtail, who has blue eyes. Okay, that was kind of completely useless since we already know for certain Ivypool, Dovewing's sister, has blue eyes. Although this might not have anything to do with this, because I talked to a person from LoreClan on Warriors Amino, which is a group dedicated to explaining the science of warriors, and he told me that eye color depends more on fur color than genetics. From what he said, a cat has to have some kind of white fur on their body to have blue eyes, which I suppose Dovewing would count towards since her fur is on the grayscale, and I suppose that's pretty close to white. Okay, now we're back to square one. We still have no idea what Dovewing's eye color is. I then decided to look at this from a different viewpoint. What if her eye color simply changed over time? I looked into this and found out that this is actually extremely common, especially in cats and dogs. It is pretty normal for a cat to be born with one color of eyes, and then for their eye color to change as they begin growing. Now dots are starting to connect. Dovewing was only ever described with golden eyes as a kit. They then changed as she grew into an apprentice into green. Based off of science, Dovewing's eyes were gold just when she was a kit. Then, when she began growing, they changed into a green color by the time she was apprenticed. Now that we know that, it's time we get the blue eye color out of the way. Now, at first glance, it seems that her eyes changing from green to blue was a little strange. For one book, she was described with blue eyes, before immediately switching back to green to the next book. But then after being described with green eyes this last time, she is then described with blue eyes for every single book up to Lost Stars. Now, at first, this doesn't make sense, right? But actually, it does. After being quite confused myself about what was going on at this time frame, I decided to look more into things that cause eye color changes. Puberty sometimes causes eye color change. Pregnancy on occasion causes eye color change. And then there was how infants can sometimes change eye color as they grow up. Now that I know all this, let's look at the timeline. So this change did not occur between kithood and apprenticeship. And it definitely hasn't occurred during puberty either, if cats even go through that. Therefore, we have one option left, pregnancy. I then realized that it was revealed in Tigerheart's Shadow, one of the first 3 books where she has green eyes, that she's pregnant with Tigerheart's kits. It all makes sense now. Her eyes changed color when she grew out of kithood from golden to green. Then, when she got pregnant, they changed from green to blue. While this While this might not have been the Aaron Hunter's idea for this, the eye color changes evidently landed at perfect eye coloring changing times in a cat's life. Now you can all stop fighting over what Dovewing's eye color is and live in peace.